forgery, deception and VAT fraud.
They were defrauding the tax, they were submitting false accounting.
We lied to banks, people obtained loans under false pretences. It was whatever we could do to raise money.
Hollywood superstars Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman give Scientology a glamorous image. Tonight we reveal the financial sleaze behind the glitz. Tonight we're going to expose serious financial crime in one of the Scientology cult's most successful operations in Britain. We show how they cooked the books, made false statements to obtain bank loans, and changed invoices to fiddle their VAT.
Trust.
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 This advert for the Church of Scientology was recently shown on cable TV. Getting permission to broadcast it was a major breakthrough for the cult.
The cult persuaded the Independent Television Commission that it was a proper religious organisation, fit to be allowed on TV. It now also has the right to advertise on the ITV network itself, giving it direct access to the entire British population. And the Scientologists hope they'll soon be officially accepted as a charity. But the inside evidence we have obtained raises serious doubts about their new public image.
Last year, the Big Story secretly filmed inside the Bournemouth mission of the Scientologists. We showed the weird psychological techniques they use and how they get people to spend thousands of pounds on their books and courses. The revelations in that programme convinced two former Bournemouth mission officials that they should come to us with their inside story of financial scams.
Trust.
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 Roger Tuffin left Scientology when he decided to come out as gay and now lives with his partner John. He joined the Bournemouth mission when he was just 20 and desperately confused about his sexuality. Roger had worked in a bank, so he soon found himself in a key role in the mission's treasury department, cooking the books. Normal accounting practices and financial law went by the board.
Nobody knew where the money came from, so receipts were made up to account for that money. But of course the receipts are being made up about 3 years later with fictional names, fictional amounts and courses, and completely bogus receipts.
At the time, Roger Kay was the boss. His deputy was Debbie Pine. Tuffin says they both knew what was going on, but the cult's international HQ denies this.
Oh, I think that allegation is a complete lie. I don't think that there is any example that you can ever find of anybody who in a Church of Scientology has done something that's improper that has not been dealt with internally within the church.
Poole High Street 10 days ago. Our secret camera watches the Scientologists out and about trying to pick up new members.
We operate for the benefit of the public, so it's up to you.
Although it calls itself a religion, Scientology is essentially a money-making enterprise. And they want that money so much that in the Bournemouth mission, they were prepared to employ a woman who admitted she'd been involved in financial malpractice in the past.
The Scientologists knew that I'd been involved in professional malpractice, and they knew that I knew how money worked and how to get money, how to move money around. And as the years progressed, I got dragged more and more back into the world of finance.
But the Scientologists claim they put her in the job to give her a second chance.
When someone comes into a church and says that they have reformed their ways, it would be uncharitable and not religious to say to them, well, sorry, we don't believe anything that you're saying. I'm sorry, because of your past, we don't believe that you can change.
According to Andrea, by 1991, the Bournemouth mission was broke and under enormous pressure from the cult's head office to sell more and more Scientology courses.
And as the pressure of financial problems at the mission became greater and greater, it became apparent to all concerned that the only way to raise the money that was needed was to do things which were effectively more malpractice.
In the Bournemouth mission every Thursday evening, the executives met to draw up a list of emotionally vulnerable recruits to be targeted that week.
There'd be some people who maybe their mother had just died and they were very depressed, or their girlfriend had just left them, and those would be prime targets.
Alex Bowerman was a prime target. He's still trying to recover both financially and mentally. In 1995, he enrolled for a £125 Scientology counselling course.
They told me that I was in a very depressed state of mind. I had to do something about it, otherwise, you know, it was just downhill from there. I had to put a stop to that.
In one of Scientology's handbooks, this technique is known as finding a ruin.
You talk to him about the things which are, quote, ruining his life, unquote. You basically make the person feel really, really bad about the condition they're in. You take their problems and you magnify them. You look at how that's going to affect them in the future, and you get the person into a state where they feel that their future is nothing unless they do something. And then you tell them that the only thing they can do is Scientology.
Debbie Pine ruined Alex Bowerman. In a series of grueling interviews, she persuaded him to start The Bridge, a set of courses allegedly designed to clear a person of his problems.
I was taken for 3 interviews, starting about 10 o'clock at night, ending up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. And it was during this process that I was persuaded that this was the best course to take.
The Bridge costs more than £20,000. To pay for it, Alex was persuaded to cash in an insurance policy, but he was told it had to be done immediately.
I'd spoken to the insurance company and been told that, oh, there was no way they could get it that week. It would take 2-3 weeks minimum. So I went back to Scientology and they said, oh, no, this is not correct. We've done this before. You just say that it's your money. If you want it, you can get it.
They were right. When Alex insisted he wanted the money quickly, the insurance company paid up. The senior registrar, Stephanie Powell, went with him to collect the money. But even though Alex handed over more than £23,000, she still wasn't satisfied. Within days, he'd been persuaded he needed more training courses, tapes and books, amounting to another £2,000.
They played me for a puppet. They managed, within the space of a week, to get £25,000 off me. That's more than my banks have ever managed to do in 25 years.
Alex's story is not unique. According to Andrea, it happens all the time.